Hello Year 2, I hope you're all okay today. Lovely to see you here again. Today we're going to carry on with multiplication and we're going to find some different methods of working out the answers to some multiplication questions. So for our first one we're going to use this type of diagram. Can anybody remember what this is called? Brilliant, it's called an array. So it's an array. Let me just type that for you in case you can't remember what the word is. So that's called an array. Well, let's see how many rows we've got in it. So we've got 1 row, 2 rows, 3 rows, 4 rows. So 4 is going to be our first number in our multiplication number sentence. So we're going to do 4 because we've got 4 rows, and let's see how many is in each row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 4 times 5. Brilliant. Now, when we do multiplication, we can do multiplication either way around. A little bit like addition. You can swap the numbers round and it still works. So 4 times 5 can turn into 5 times 4, and we can choose whichever way we find the easiest to work out the answer. So 4 times 5 means 4 groups of 5. So 4 groups of 5s means I'm counting in 5s. I'm quite good at counting in 5s, so I could know that I could work out the answer to that one. If it was 5 times 4, I'm not quite so good at counting in 4s, so I might find that one tricky. So I'm going to have a go at doing 4 times 5. So I'm going to count 4 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20. Brilliant. So if the answer to 4 times 5 is 20, then I know 5 times 4 is also going to be 20. I'm just going to count in 4s to check. I need to do 5 4s. So I'm going to go 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Brilliant. So we can use our array to work out the answer to some multiplication questions. Let's have a look at this array here. How many rows do we have first of all? 1, 2. 2 rows. So we're going to have 2 times, let's count the counters. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 times 8. Okay, 2 times 8. So if I swap the numbers around, what would my other multiplication number sentence be? Brilliant. 8 times 2. Which one do you think would be easiest to work out? Counting in 8s or counting in 2s? I think counting in 2s. Let's count in 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So 2 times 8 equals 16. And 8 times 2 equals 16. Brilliant. This is called repeated addition. We looked at it yesterday. What's the multiplication to match this repeated addition? How many groups do we have? Let's count. 1 group, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we've got 10 groups, and each group has got how many in it? That's right, each group's got 6 in it. So we've got 10 times 6. Counting in 6s is really tricky. Could we change our numbers around to make it easier for us? Fabulous. We can do 6 times 10. I bet you can all shout the answer to that one for me. 6 times 10 equals 60. Amazing. So that means that 10 times 6 equals 60. because they're using the same numbers, you're just switching them around. Fantastic. Let's have a go at this one. How many groups? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 groups. How many in each group? 7. Fantastic. 5 times 7. 7's a bit tricky. Can we switch it around to make it easier? Brilliant. We can go 7 times 5. So instead of counting in 7s, we're going to be counting in 5s. See if you can work out what 7 times 5 is. I've got my 7 fingers, so I remember that I'm counting 7, and I'm going to count 7 lots of 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So 5 times 7 is 35, and 7 times 5 is 35. So I would like you to have a go today at showing some multiplication in different ways. So this is how you might do it. So if the question says show 2 times 3 in 3 different ways, I want you to think of some of the diagrams and some of the groups that we've used to show 2 times 3. So one way we could do it is drawing an array. So I can do 2 times 3, so I'm going to have 2, 2, 2, because I've got 1 row, 2 rows, 3 rows, and there are 2 in each row. I could do it as a repeated addition. What would the repeated addition look like? 2 times 3, so 2 groups of 3. So it would be 3 in a group 2 times. So 3, add 3. Can you think of a different way I could show this? I could switch it around and I could have 3 times 2. 3 times 2. I could draw some groups, couldn't I? 2 groups of 3, so I could have 1 group, 2 groups. So we've got 1, 2, 3 in one group, 1, 2, 3 in another group. Now I know I've shown you 4 different ways there. We've got 1 way, 2 ways, 3 ways, 4 ways, but then it helps you to remember. So at least if you know 4 different ways, you can definitely show me 3 ways. Okay. Who can show me 4 times 3 in 3 different ways? 4 times 3. Shout out one of the ways that we could show that. Brilliant. We could use an array. 4 times 3. So I'm going to do 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do 3 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Brilliant. Can anybody find a different way? Yep, we could do 3 times 4. Any more ways? We could do repeated addition. So we've got 4 groups of 3. So 3, add 3, add 3, add 3. Or you could draw a picture to show it. So that's how you can show 3 different ways of showing a multiplication sum. So we're not doing any pages in the book today. Instead, I'd like you to copy the questions on the next page onto a sheet, onto a page of your own. Okay, so that should say copy the questions on the next page onto paper. Okay, onto paper, or you can print out the sheet we've sent. So I've sent you a sheet as well, and the sheet's on Dojo, or if you want to, you can just copy these questions. If you want to just copy them, if you just pause the video and you can write them down. So you can just write number 1, and then next to number 1, show me 4 times 5 in 3 different ways. Write number 2 and show the answer to that one. Number 3, and then all of these down here. So it's up to you. You can either copy the questions or you can print out the sheet, whichever is easiest for you. And I look forward to seeing your work. Today's shout outs are Grayson, well done Grayson, and Jack and Molly. Hi to all 3 of you. I hope you're doing really well. Hello, and we will see you all again soon. Bye everyone.